You experience knowledge and a passion for the truth. Protecting womanhood and promoting manhood. Bringing no-nonsense justice to Americans everywhere. If you listen, you might learn something. It's time for Judge Joe.
A man's deposit is lost to a jump on some holiday shopping. Barista Matthew Phillips is suing the defendant for a refund on move-in fees. Defendant Mahogany Phillips says the plaintiff refused his payment terms. Now,
you're proceeding against Mr. Phillips. You want your rental deposit repaid. You were attempting to lease an apartment from the defendant. You didn't get the place, no move-in, and somebody won't return your deposit.
That's correct.
You were advised, you allege, that the defendant told you that he could not give you the whole deposit back at once, but would you take installments? You refused. You want your money back. Your defense, Mr. Phillips, is that you offered to refund the money in installments, but the plaintiff refused to accept them. Is that right?
That's correct, Your
Honor. Okay. So, Mr. Phillips, please tell me about this.
Okay. It was last winter. I put down a deposit on an apartment that I didn't receive, like you know, and I've yet to be reimbursed for. It was $2,025. I then found out that I would not be rented to, that the company didn't want to rent to me, so we had an agreement.
Wait, run that by me again. You weren't going to get the apartment. Why?
They had decided they didn't want to rent to me because they wanted to rent to a family instead and have a family in the building.
So you put the deposit down as requested. You show the indicia necessary to prove that fact.
Yes, sir.
Copy the application, the total deposit receipt. And previously you had put down half of the deposit, half deposit return receipt.
Yeah, it was actually...
you had 625 returned.
Correct.
And 100 of that was used for a credit check.
The deposit was for first month's rent, last month's rent, and security.
Got it. Let's go to the defendant. Mr. Phillips, please explain your position.
Okay. Your Honor, back in New York, I'm known as Queen on the Scene. Okay, basically when
you can use any kind of alias you want to use.
So if anyone has a problem, they always run to me to solve it.
All right.
Okay. In this particular case, the new owners, they basically ran up to me, said, "Queen, we have another apartment available in the building." I said, "Yeah, I know." They said, "We're thinking you want to make a few extra bucks during the Christmas holiday." I said, "Okay, no problem."
That's what I'm afraid of has been done here. They wanted to make a few extra bucks at his expense, but go ahead.
I said, "What do you guys want me to do?" They told me they want me to advertise the apartment under my name with my telephone number. Basically, show the apartment, find somebody good and find somebody quick. I said, "Okay, fine. I'll do my best, man. Give me the keys." Okay. When I turned the lock, Your Honor, to the keys of that apartment, it looked like Hurricane Irene and Hurricane Sandy both took turns.
That's what the plaintiff alleges.
Okay. It looked like, with a twist of Katrina now. Okay. Really. The owners, I called them for 3 weeks during the Hanukkah holiday. They never returned my phone calls. They would not answer them. I said, "Oh man, they didn't abandon me with this apartment. What am I going to do? I ain't a miracle worker. I'm just Queen on the Scene, you know?" I said, "I got my workout show, Wake Up with Mahogany. I have also my first 2 records, Born to Be Alive and also Wild Wild West. I need this time to promote. You know, everything's available on Google. I need this time to promote, you know?" They came to me about 3 weeks later, sir. They called me. "Okay, Queen, did you find us somebody yet?" I said, "No, man, I ain't found you nobody yet. What I ain't finna do is model this apartment like The Price is Right, okay? And what y'all need to do is y'all need to get over here and do the proper repairs and freshly paint this apartment like it's supposed to." A week later, they came and put in a new floor or whatever, a couple towels here and a couple of towels there. It looked like they glued a couple together with some Elmer's glue or something. I said, "Okay, well, I'm going to just have to work with what I have to work with, you know?" So I was able to at least show the apartment, okay? A week later, Matt came, and they had great character. So I was like, okay, it's a small building. There's only 6 units in the building. You know, you guys would be great for the building. Before they left, they said, would they want to leave $2,025 deposit towards the 3 months rent because the owner wanted first, last, and security. I said, okay, fine. So they left me $2,025. I gave them a receipt for that. I said, how's your credit before they left? They said, we don't actually have any established. I said, oh, man, I'm back to square one. And they said, well, we could. I said, look, man, what I'll do is I'll go to the owner, I'll speak to him, and I'll explain to him, y'all have great character in the whole nine and see what he does. But he's really being a stickler about this credit thing, okay? Because he really acted brand new once he put in that new floor. He acted real brand new, Your Honor. So, long story short, I went to
East
the...
Coast has a very interesting way of phrasing certain things. They acted real brand new.
Real brand new, Your Honor. Real brand new. And so they said, we want to find somebody with good credit so that we have somebody to go after if they don't end up paying this rent. I said, okay. Then I spoke to the owners. The owners told me, we don't care about character, we care about credit. And if they don't have no credit, no guarantor, then no apartment. I immediately called, and they said, Queen, and if you don't find us somebody then by Friday, then you ain't getting paid either the $1,300 that we agreed on for you showing the apartment, the few dollars that you was going to make during the Christmas holiday. This all took about a 6-week period. I said, oh, wow. I called Matt immediately. I said, Matt, man, look, we have a problem because they told me Queen on the scene ain't getting paid. You know, I said, and then you guys are not getting the apartment. I said, look, my boyfriend was giving me a real hard time because I'm trying to please everybody, running to the owners, running to trying to make everybody happy in this situation. You know, I said, look, can you meet me in a secret location? He said, I got to go to work. I have to wait tables today, Queen. I said, meet me in a secret location down at the check cashing place, man. At least so I can give you something towards this money. I met him down at the check cashing place. I gave him $625 back towards what he had given me on the 2025. When I went to the people that the owner wanted me to run the credit through, they charged me $50 for Matt and $50 for the gentleman that would have been his roommate. So it was $100 because they ran their credit separately, okay? Which I thought was kind of
You should
weird.
have filed an action against them and joined them as a party defendant.
I did, in fact, I got in touch with the Better Business Bureau. They told me that there was nothing they could actually do because the company didn't have Mahogany listed as an employee.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown. We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The defendant in this case, known in New York as Queen on the Scene, says he handled the rental of an apartment to the plaintiff. He says the owners decided they wanted someone else to move in. Things got complicated. Let's see what the judge thinks.
See, they should have had a registered agent first. They don't. They had you acting as their representative. You were a salesman or an agent, the way it worked out. You got the money, you tendered it to them, and apparently they did what they felt like they wanted to do with it. So basically what goes on is it's left on you to try and pay the plaintiff back in installments. It's obvious that what happens is that place was not fit to be rented at the time. That was a deposit you put down under the circumstances to hold it on a contingency that it became fit to live
Yes,
in.
sir, and I fought on his behalf.
Hold on. So you get $1,400 back, and if you want that, you need to go proceed against the management for that complex. So your recovery is $1,400 because I'm not going to let a subtraction be made $100 for a credit check when that was a sham. So that would be your recovery and your call.
This program is now in recess. He calls himself the Queen, and the defendant was definitely on the scene when the plaintiff was handing over the cash, but this involuntary loan didn't fly with